Hey Percy, what do you think happens to us when we get scrapped? Percy, are you listening to me? Percy!
Hey, can you keep it down? Some of us are trying to take a nap.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Cranky. And I'm sorry to you too, Percy. You're just being a good listener, is all.
Thomas? Who are you talking to?
Hello, everybody. Here are the Japanese train here, and I want to open with a quick question. Raise your hand if you love Thomas. Okay, now raise your hand if you love being on the go. If you actually raised your hand, just stop what you're doing. You're in the comfort of your own home. You don't need to do that. Now what if I told you you could love Thomas and be on the go? That's where the Thomas Sodor take-along set comes in. Let's go ahead and take a look. Wow, that actually sounded kind of nice, don't you think?
No.
Let's start by looking at the box. The first thing that intrigued me about this set is, I was from the generation that collected take-alongs, and just the name of the set and the fact that it is another one of these compact sets where, everything stores inside and you can carry it from place to place, that was automatically pretty intriguing for me. It's kind of funny that Mattel kind of inherited the art of making take-along, take-in-place sets, and then completely forgot about that and then brought it back. It's just kind of funny that, they kind of reinvented Take Along, but I think Take Along was such an efficient range back in the day with the sets that could easily be, folded up and carried around, all the carrying cases. It really was versatile, and just the amount of storage that they had in some of those sets was kind of wild. So I have high expectations for this set. I'll just say that. But from some of the other reviews I've already seen, I might have to reframe those expectations. If we take a look at the box, we have this sort of Thomas Sodor mountain with Cranky at the bottom, and Thomas has a shed that he can slide around to. Connects to other Thomas track, not compatible with wood track, it says there, which, of course, I don't think anyone expected that, but good to know in the very small fine print. Take a look at the back. Don't leave Sodor behind. This perfectly portable set lets you take Sodor adventures wherever you go. Very cool. Random docks, connect more track here to add to your world. Store Cranky the Crane inside. How wonderful. I'm definitely glad that they have some additional places where you can connect this to other Trackmaster sets because, what would be the point otherwise? And then on the very bottom here, kid tested, expert approved. Lovely. Alright, let's go ahead and open this set up and then let's see how it looks. Open here. How about I don't? No, just kidding. I was almost a rebel there for a second. Whew, what a rush. Alright, that was a pretty elegant unboxing until I got to the actual engine component, but that was definitely one of the easier sets to open. Just kind of, you slice the tape and it just kind of all came apart like taking apart an orange or something. You just peel back the layers. Alright, so let's see what we've got here. Pull this out. Oh my goodness. There we go. Cool. I like the little pamphlet that we get here. They play and work together. That Thomas is... He's tripped out, man. Oh wow. We actually have a pamphlet telling you what you can collect in this range. I haven't seen this in like 10 years. Definitely overdue, and as you can tell from the date, this set came out a while ago, but my gosh, actual effort put into presentation. You don't really see that out of Mattel too much, especially in recent days. The biggest friends of all. How lovely. An actual decent pamphlet. Pigs have flown. What's included? Before you begin, storage, neat, a manual, how to play. Where we're going, we don't need no manual, so I'll just put that aside. And then we have a whole bunch of stickers. I wasn't expecting to have to put all these on, but I guess I'll go ahead and do that once I get the set open here. So it's kind of, I don't really like putting on stickers, so we'll see how well I do at that. But if I go ahead and open up the set, looks like it's, yeah, it goes like that. Hi, Cranky. See how this all comes together. Oh, there we go. Very cool. I'll show you guys Cranky real quick. He's kind of got this extra gray around his face, which is a little weird and funky looking, but I can already tell I'm going to have to put some stickers on him, but kind of cool. You can't extend the crane hook at all, so that's kind of unfortunate, but also I knew it was going to be a smaller Cranky, so I didn't really know what to expect, but that's neat. And then, of course, we have the sheds, and oh gosh, then we have the place to put all the stickers. I'm going to go ahead and put the stickers on, and then I'll see how the set actually looks once I put it all on, because it's kind of, you know, it's pretty bare bones right now, honestly. So let's see how it looks with all the stickers on. And now all the stickers have been put on, except for one, actually. They had this one sticker in here of Carly with Diesel and Sandy kind of rolling down the tracks. I have always never liked it when they put stickers of characters on sets like this. They've done this even going back into Wooden Railway days. And honestly, it's just weird, because if I have, let's say, a die-cast Diesel or a Sandy or a Carly, and I wanted to, you know, include them in this set, then there's just a doppelganger or something. Like, what's going on there? And it's just kind of weird and not really necessary. So I don't know if I'm going to put that one on or not, but it would have gone right about here. But the rest of the set does look better with the stickers on. I mean, there's stickers even on the turntable here, a bush, some countryside. I'm not the best at putting stickers on stuff, but fortunately this set was pretty forgiving when it came to the space that you had allowed, so I was able to put them on without too much trouble. The set comes with a pretty stock standard cargo car from the All Engines Go era. It's this sort of weird blue minecart situation. Kind of strange, but you know, I also don't watch All Engines Go, so this might be something very accurate to the show. From what I've seen, it's, you know, kind of hit or miss, but it comes with this little stop sign here, which oddly enough, the stop sign doesn't have its own sticker. It's just kind of, you know, plain in red, so it's a little weird. And then it comes with this cargo piece, which is meant for Cranky to use. So if I hook it onto Cranky, he can carry it lift it around, unhook it. Wonderful. By far the most frustrating part of this set is the sheds. And for starters, when you open the doors, you kind of feel like you're going to break them. They sort of bend and twist a little bit when you open the doors. Out pops Thomas here. But, you know, this shed's not so much the problem. Let me go ahead and open the other ones. You can probably see the problem right away. These sheds are not actually sheds. They just put a sticker in front of the berths of the sheds, and you actually only have one usable berth. This is supposed to be so that you can store Cranky away. I'll show you on the pamphlet. Cranky is stored right where those two shed berths are. So that means that you cannot use two of the three berths of the sheds, and instead Thomas is just talking to this fake Percy that's been applied with a sticker. This is the only sticker that the customer doesn't put on. Honestly, that is the biggest letdown of the set, and probably any of the All Engines Go merchandise, that you buy this take-along set for its, you know, versatility, its usability. I mean, the Thomas take-along set, like the very first, you know, major take-along set with the roundhouse and the sheds, that thing had like 5 berths, and I know one of them wasn't usable, but you could put at least more than one engine in the sheds. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous, and it's just such a letdown. On the subject of letdowns, the other big letdown from this set is Thomas himself. This is a stock standard push along Thomas, right? You can see with the, I call it kind of the SpongeBob looking face, where he's got these buck teeth, sort of, you know, really weird sort of grin. But if you look at the box of the set, it was supposed to come with a completely different version of Thomas that had a unique expression. And it turns out that some versions of this set did come with that Thomas, but not mine. There were other versions of this set that I guess were released with a stock standard Thomas instead of, you know, the decent new unique expression. So again, it's just one of those opportunities where even if you had a Thomas with, you know, just a different expression and kept it consistent across all of your releases, then we wouldn't have this issue. But it's just, again, it's I don't know if it was cost cutting or what, but just including this stock standard Thomas instead of, you know, being consistent and making sure all versions of this set have the unique Thomas, it's just such a shame. If you wanted to store an engine in the warehouse, you can. I don't really know why you would, but you could. And you can shut the doors there. You can put the cargo piece in there, like I mentioned earlier, but the door really won't shut that well. The pamphlet also says you can put the cargo car in there, so let's see how that goes. Oh my gosh, get out of there. Let me just tilt the set. Get out of there, Thomas. Alright, the cargo set goes in there okay. And of course, if you had other engines like Sandy, she can fit in there very well. You see her tucked away back there. Bye, Sandy. Alright, for this next section of the review, I moved everything to the carpet so that I can connect some extra track pieces and test this out with the motorized engines and see how the set actually works if you want to expand the world a little bit. It became immediately apparent once I set this up as a layout that there's one major flaw. Right there. The motorized engines don't even fit under the actual set. This wouldn't be such a big deal if not for the fact that they clearly designed the under part of the set to be a feature with this, you know, graded sort of riser here, and the die-cast engines can fit underneath, but there's no compatibility with the motorized engines, which that was kind of the whole purpose of doing things like the die-cast push-along line and the new motorized, is so they all use the same track, right? They have similar play features, so that's just kind of a shame. And while we're at it, no, the motorized engines do not fit in the shed either, which, you know, it's kind of like they're just too short. They could have, I don't know, if it was like a half an inch taller or even just a centimeter or two, I think they would have been able to fit, but again, they don't. The drawbridge idea is kind of neat too. Just something to kind of enhance the playability of the set. Definitely, there's no chance though that a train is getting under there while the drawbridge is down. I also wanted to talk about Cranky for a little bit. His crane arm is very not sturdy, in the sense that it doesn't stay in a certain position. It can only be all the way up or all the way down, which means that when he moves the cargo piece, it has a tendency to kind of scrape along the bottom of the track, which again, it's not a super huge deal. It's just, it kind of speaks to the fact that maybe Cranky could have had a bit more effort put into him, and maybe he could lift that cargo piece higher so that trains, don't smack into him or his crane arm when they're going by. The last play feature I'll show you is this sort of train slide system. You can see that Thomas is able to slide down the mountain pretty well. There's just barely enough space on the turntable for him and his cargo car, but kind of space enough. He will fall off of it quite a lot though. And if I complete the turn, it's kind of slightly janky. The cargo car likes to fall off, but it serves. And then you push him down the hill and he makes his way to the docks. Let's go ahead and actually do the take along feature of this set and see what it looks like when we put everything away. You have to make sure you take off the stop sign here, or else it won't shut. As you can see on the back of the set here, there's a Cranky shaped hole where Cranky's supposed to go, and that's where the other two berths of the sheds are. So that's why those two berths of the sheds have absolutely nothing that can go in them, which again is just such a shame, such a missed opportunity there for being able to put multiple engines in the set. It's just it's unfortunate. And then in the warehouse and the engine shed, that's where everything else goes. So let me go ahead and put Thomas in the shed. The cargo car in there. And I guess, I don't know, maybe the cargo piece will go in here too. I think there's room for it. You have to make sure these clip in here. Then I think that's it. Now you're ready to take this set on the go. So, what are my final thoughts on the Thomas Sodor take-along set? I think the idea of it was fantastic. I love the idea of bringing back the playable but also portable Thomas sets that you can have a whole layout, but then on a moment's notice you can pack it up, store the items inside, and take it on the go. However, I think there are severe limitations with the set when it comes to storage capabilities, efficiency, and they just kind of drop the ball on some of the most basic things, like being able to use, I don't know, more than 33% of the shed space that you advertise in this set. And you can notice too, even like on the box, they very cleverly keep the sheds closed on the box art and on the back. So, I mean, that's just sort of annoying. But otherwise, I like the concept of the Brendam docks. I like the hill that the engines can roll down. There's definitely some good play features in here, but I can't give the set anything more than a C-, just because for what they promised versus what was delivered, there's kind of a real letdown there. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, especially if you have this set for your own. What do you think about the Sodor Take-Along set? Do you think it was a worthwhile thing to bring back, or do you think it missed the mark? So be on the lookout for some of my other reviews and videos coming out in the near future. Thank you very much for watching. I'm here at the Japanese Train, signing out. See you in the next one.